Hi 97, my name is Megan Ryte. This is the new at 2 with DJ Enough, and I am super excited to have this person in the building. Conway, what up?
What's good? What's good, man? Conway the Machine. I'm here, man. What's happening?
So I have a story to tell you. I want to say maybe it was a couple years ago. I got to work and I had a package and I had some merch, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, "Ooh, I love this merch. Like this merch is dope." Wasn't 100% sure where the merch came from, but was like, "Okay, I want to wear this." Next thing you know, I'm walking around the city and I'm getting stopped.
Yeah.
I'm getting stopped like maybe every 2 blocks. And I get a lot of merch. And at the rate I was getting stopped wearing this Griselda merch, I was like, what's happening? So then I went back, I did some research, and I feel like I became a fan in reverse, in a different because I've never seen anything like that. Like you're following, you guys, it's insane. It's insane.
It's crazy. It's definitely crazy, man. Like, it's still surreal for me a lot, to see that. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people from, every color and creed and every, walk of life, like be tapped in and be supportive of, what we bring to the table is fire. You know what I mean? I'm blessed. We blessed.
Can we back up a little bit and start from kind of the beginning of your story because you're from Buffalo.
Yeah.
And you normally don't hear about a lot of rappers from Buffalo. Do you feel like you kind of set the stage for that and for people to come out of Buffalo, or?
I mean, I hope I did. You know what I'm saying? I hope that was the plan and the intentions to, to kick the door down, figuratively saying, you know what I mean, and just put on for the city, and where it's like the people in the city that's coming up got the opportunities and the shot and the looks, because we don't get that in Buffalo.
Right.
We so out the loop, kind of. You know what I mean, we like 6 hours away from everything. You know what I mean, so it's like I wanted to be able to just provide that opportunity and them looks to where I just wanted to put eyes on the city and on talent that's coming out of there, because there's a lot of talent there. You know what I'm saying? So I hope I did that.
What did that look like though? Because I know like I'm from Virginia originally, so I kind of know what it's like to not be in like a big city and then thinking like you kind of got to leave where you're from to get bigger. Like that was my first thought, and that's actually what was necessary for me. But growing up in Buffalo, did you take a lot of trips to New York? Did you feel like not New York, but New York City? Did you feel like you had to make those moves to?
Yeah, absolutely. That's to me that's part of the work. You know what I'm saying? And we always wanted to, we was just always willing to do whatever it take. And when you dedicate, everything to the work part of it, whatever come with it, come with it. Like like I said, I wanted to change that, like to where, like I be saying, like we don't have like Def Jam records downtown, or like a record label, you know what I'm saying, downtown or whatever. So, or nowhere where we can just got access to take our demo tapes or whatever. So, you know what I mean? You had to, that's what you really had to do coming from a small city, like Buffalo and other places. You had to, you know what I'm saying, get on that road and go knock on them doors yourself. And that's just, like I said, part of the work. You got to go get it if you want it. It ain't going to just fall on your lap, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we had to take our shit on the,
No.
We had to take our show on the road and go to New York City, you know what I'm saying, LA's and all that, and go to them offices and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like Westside, he stayed on a plane. Like, we spending this money on our own pocket, you know what I'm saying, and just doing what we had to do. It's called sacrifice.
So can you explain to me what Griselda is? How did Griselda get started, and who is a part of?
Well, actually,
I read something about the best unofficial duo list, and you and Westside are on a list of the best unofficial duos because it's not technically a group, but
Wow, that's, it's a dope list. But actually, like Griselda Records is really a spinoff of the clothing line, Griselda by Fashion Rebels. You know what I mean? Westside started the clothing line, and then Griselda Records came, like when I was healthy enough to rap, so to speak. You know what I mean? Again, to rap again. We're like, yo, we're gonna put this Hall and Nash album out with me and him, and we're gonna this is the start of Griselda Records, the record company side of it. So that's really where it started at. You know what I mean? And we are a group kind of technically all in
Yeah,
that. That's the
yeah.
name of our group, but you know what I mean. We do so much. We like our own entity, kind of in our own
Hmm.
way. You know what I'm saying? It just make when we come together and do projects together, group albums, and make it that more special because it's like, damn, them boys got it together. And, you know what I mean? Did an album together. Oh, I
Hmm.
know it's fire. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, but he's more on the like the mogul side, like the business and behind the scenes and the offices and all that. Like me and Benny more so like in the studio and doing the shows and the interviews and all that, the freestyles and
Yeah.
what
I
have
feel
you.
like Westside always saying he's retiring, and then something happens, then he does a record, and then
Yeah,
he's
man.
retiring again, and then
I
see
told
y'all see the same thing.
I told that bitch, stop that, man.
Yeah.
That fool ain't, you know what I mean? But that's really has been his energy forever, though. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like he never really set out to be like, yo, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be the illest rapper. That's what I want to do. It's just, it ain't what he do. He just love the culture, and
Hmm.
he's actually good. I think he the illest. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But because his style is like is original. It's a unique one of one like style and voice. But you know what I'm saying? Like that ain't his lane or his goal. Like he ain't trying to be. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay
Yeah.
Z, the rapper of it. He want to be Jay Z, the other side of Jay Z, or somebody like that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like he want to be Puffy and Master P. And when I want to just pull the string, orchestrate all this, and I got the vision and the creativity of it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, also I can rap. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So that's really his energy. So I know where he coming from when he say that, but Wes ain't going nowhere, man.
How much of your style has changed since before, tragic, almost lost your life? Like,
Mhm.
so I know you were rapping before that, and then
Yeah,
you mentioned being healthy enough to rap.
right.
How much of that influenced your rap style, how you move, the choices you're making in the industry, and things like that?
I mean, the incident in itself definitely just made me like, I don't know, just kind of, I want to say wake up
Hmm.
and realize like the opportunity that I had in front of me, you know what I'm saying, to be like here on Hot 97 doing this, you know what I mean? Like I had to just take it serious. I was like how you say like 1 foot in the streets, 1 foot out, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? And it's like it took for what happened to me to kind of say like enough's enough. I'm gonna just put all my eggs in this basket and see where this take me, you know what I mean? Because I know where it's gonna take me, but let me just see if I'm right, you know what I mean? So I really was on that time, but I had to switch up my whole delivery and all that when I got in the booth because like my face was paralyzed and so I can't move the right side of my face from the Bell's palsy from getting shot in the neck. So I kind of had to like rap on like slower beats, you know what I mean? And that's when I came with, you know what I mean, like that sound, like that spooky sound, like me and Derringer, like we had this like Reject 2 was probably my first solo like mixtape that I did with Derringer, did the whole production, and we like just slowed the beats down and made them kind of eerie and dark.
Hmm.
That way I can still spit aggressively, but it's like I'm not if I like because if I spit too hard, I start like spitting and stuff, and
Yeah.
it sound like kind of like Daffy Duck kind of, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I had to find a way to where I can still have my like aggressive voice, my edge, but I ain't too over the top with it. So Danger Beats fitted that part. That's how I came, and a lot of my music you hear it is like slow and like that because I had to give it like that. But you know what I mean? As I got more and more healthy, you know what I mean? Throughout the years, I was able to speed the beats up a little, and you know what I'm saying, and kill it still. You know
I
what I
can't
mean?
even imagine that feeling of getting up and not knowing if you can still do what you're passionate
Right?
about.
Yeah. Nah.
Like, because I'm sure it took a second for you to even make the attempt, you know? And
Yeah.
then once
Yeah.
you got to that point, you're like, can I do this? And
Yeah.
was there ever like a plan B for you, or were you just like, I'm doing this no matter what, you know?
Well, I mean, Plan B was the streets.
Hmm.
Even though it was Plan A, it was in Plan B. It was like I ain't had nothing else. I ain't had no education or nothing. I dropped out of the 10th grade. I don't really have no like job experience working nowhere, nothing. I had put all my eggs into this music basket, but I was in the streets, still trying to provide for my family and provide for myself. You know what I'm saying? And when this happened to me, I mean, like I ain't no different than any other person. I would go through something tragic. Like I gave up on everything. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like I didn't even want to leave the house. I didn't want to leave out of my room. You know what I'm saying? I hated the way my face looked. I hated the way I couldn't even look in the mirror at myself, or I didn't like the way you know what I mean, look at my son in the face, kind of with this. You know what I mean? It took a lot. You know, I didn't just this happen. I walked out of the hospital with my head high, and
Yeah.
it was real dark days where I was down. And I just thought like it was over. Like you know what I mean? Like man, they done took everything from me with this. You know what I mean? And but it you know what I mean? I don't know what it was. You know what I mean? That made me just say, man, F this. I'm going hard. But I just made up my mind like I can't let nothing hold us back and stop what we set out to do. We right here, this close. I gotta get it together. And I just figured out a way to turn what I felt was a negative into a positive. That's why, like, when you see people wearing the merch with my face on it, and I got murals like all over the globe, and Australia and Paris and all that, you know what I'm saying, in different cities of my face, what I at one point couldn't even stand to look at, or I didn't want my son to look at and see. You know what I mean? I didn't even want to leave the house for people to see. And now it's like being celebrated and people tattooing it, and it's like, God don't make mistakes, man. Look what I became. That's how I came with the album. Thinking about that, like, man, look what I became. Going from that to doing this with you. You know what I mean?
Your strength is incredible, and your story is incredible. But I question, because I know now there's a Rock Nation situation happening, right? But before it was Eminem, right?
Yeah.
How did
Eminem? Shady.
So how did Eminem hear? Like, how did that connection happen?
Honestly, you know, my man Mike H over at Shady, I think he got tapped in first. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, we was just looking for management. Like we felt like, because we always wanted to just be independent and do our own thing. Like we because that comes from back to what you were saying before, the buffalo, the chip on your shoulder kind of thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need nobody, man. Forget that. We doing it ourselves. So we had that attitude, but we like, we need management to take us to the top.
Yeah.
So we was looking for management in West Side, you know, and his brilliance. He was taking flights up here, New York City a lot. And you know, went to had some sit downs in the Shady Records, because at that time Paul had a management company, Goliath, you know what I mean, or whatever. And you know, he was sitting down, he was trying to get management, and he played the music for M. And M called him back with like, nah, I got something better for them. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we did that thing with M.
Yeah, see, I'm a huge Eminem fan, and I think, you know, I think a lot of it has to do with when I started getting into music and what I was going through. And, you know, when I first started thinking about having a career in music, Eminem was the biggest thing on the planet. No. You know, so people always ask me, like, who is your favorite and why, right? And I always say Eminem because I had, you know, certain issues or certain problems when I was that age, and I could relate.
Right.
I didn't really understand his problems. They were different than mine, but I'm like, he seems upset.
Yeah.
And I'm also upset. And he's also the bit, you know, that was what my view was. So then when I saw that, you know, you guys and then Chad was like, that's interesting. I wonder how that, you know, that kind of came about. And then now here we are. You've got new project. You've dropped something else already, but now you had a new, is it an album or a mixtape that just came out? You're not sure. Project.
I don't know what to call it, man. It's
you have
just
a new project,
body of work.
But then I see you guys have a situation with Rock Nation, which is incredible. How did that? Did you get a call from Jay? Like, I always want to know, how is that? Like, the call from, you got a call from Jay?
I didn't, but
somebody did.
Again, that's another nod to West Side Gun's brilliance. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the Rock Nation is a management situation. We got structured out, so we still, you know, signed with Shady Records, but we're managed by the big homie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great though. It's just really cool to see, you know, once again, I'm always honest. I always tell artists when I'm like super early, when I'm late, and then when I'm kind of in the middle, but it's just cool just over the past few years just to see where you and where, you know, where West Side, and then even what Benny's got going on from a few years to now, you can only see like what's going to, you know, going to happen later. And I just think it's super awesome, and congratulations on everything. And now, you know, we chatting the new it too, and you have a project. Now talk to me about, I know you mentioned a little bit about the title and where the title came from, but talk to me about this new project that you have out.
Look what I became. It's a little project, a little body of work that I put together. I just wanted to give something to like my loyal day one diehard fans, and also like new fans that's just coming, you know what I mean, coming aboard and seeing what we doing. And I just wanted to get people ready for God Don't Make Mistakes, which is gonna be my debut on Shady Records.
Wow.
Which was like my first official album. You know what I mean? So I wanted to put this out just to get them ready, and you know what I mean, and get them prepared for, you know what I mean, what they about to experience with the new album.
Awesome. And we got a single we're gonna play. This one is with Benny. We're gonna play that.
Yeah.
And obviously I can't say how did this come about because you guys are super, you know, you cool. But do you sit like is it easy in the studio with people that you're like super close with, or is it harder because you kind of you know how each other are and how you know, and you're like, I want you on this. No, I want to do this. Like, how's the recording process?
It's both.
Yeah.
You know, with us, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it's super easy because it's comfortable. It's comfort. Like, you know, this is my family, so it's like, you know what I mean. There's no added pressures or, you know what I mean, concerns. I know that, you know, everybody about to give 100%. That the vibe is right. But it's also hard because I'm in there with Benny the Butcher. Yeah. And I know I gotta like, oh man, I know I'm probably gonna have like the third best verse on this. No. So, you know what I mean? You gotta bring your A game, man. It's, you know, it's like, you know, training with Floyd Mayweather or something. You gotta it's gonna be hard. It's tough. It's hard work being in Griselda.
Right, you know Well, I'm excited for this project. It is out now. Make sure everybody stream it, buy it, do what you got to do. I know you got some merch. I know Westside put together some kind of merch that you got that people can also.
Yeah, the merch will be out in a few days. It'll be available. You know what I mean? For now, stream that album, download it. You know what I mean? Bootleg it, steal it, whatever you got to do. Look what I became, man. For real.
Right here on Hot 97. Let's do it.